Hi and welcome to another Techniques on Tuesday. I'm Debbie Yeomans and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I want to share with you the embossed kisses technique. This technique uses solid image stamps and embossing folders to create interesting, unique and great details to your stamps. So let me show you how I did that. For this one I've used the To a Wild Rose stamp set, and I've already stamped the lined in image with the soft suede, and I'm going to stamp the solid image in a lighter shade of ink, in this case so saffron, and I'm going to take the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder and taking the crushed curry ink, I'm going to add some ink to the embossing folder. It doesn't matter which side you use, you can use either side, you'll get a different look each time that you do. Then you're going to press your stamp down into the embossing folder using a bit of pressure to make sure that you're picking up the colour and the texture on that. And then you are going to stamp it on your card like so. So you can see the texture that it's picked up in there rather than just being a plain image. If I was just to stamp that plain without doing that, it'll just be a plain yellow background, but that's given me a bit of texture to it. So that's how I've done the flower here. I did the same with the leaves, but I used greens and I used the Seabed 3D embossing folder to add some texture and detail to that one. The other way you can do it is how I have done it on this card using the Mountain Air stamp set. And I'm going to ink up my stamp this time with the Misty Moonlight ink. And this stamp set is what we call a reverse stamp. So it's got the detail on one side, but on the other side it's quite a solid image. So I'm going to stamp it off first, so I've got a slightly lighter impression of the ink. Then using the Night of Navy and the Old World embossing folder, Old World paper embossing folder. So there it is, I just found it. And stamping up the embossing folder with the Night of Navy, press my stamp down onto that and then onto my white cardstock, and without re-inking either the stamp or the embossing folder, I'm going to pick that colour up again and stamp it again, and I get a slightly lighter but more detailed in my stamp, which is how I did the mountains. And the Christmas trees, I stamped them in green, garden green, and using the Seabed, the Evergreen Forest 3D folder, I did the same thing with those. So that's how you can add a little bit of detail and texture to your solid image stamps using the Embossed Kisses technique. Thank you for joining me today.